Hi, welcome to the Weekend Investing Daily Bites. This is June 22nd, and we are shooting episode number 36. Uh, let's see what happened in the markets today. The markets opened with a bang up. Both Nifty and Bank Nifty opened with a huge gap up, and the first hour was very, very strong. It seemed that the new leg up was going to go through the roof today as well, like it did yesterday. The comeback yesterday was quite phenomenal, but the profit booking and U.S. futures caused the rally to fizzle out, and post the first hour, practically the whole day, the rest of the day, the markets kept going lower. Although Nifty still ended marginally in the green, and the broader market was more robust. So small cap index, Nifty Next 50, they ended almost 0.5% higher. So they've erased a lot of the losses that we have seen in the past week. So the last week is now less than 1% of drop on most of the indices, and things seem to be coming back on track that we were. Autos, especially Maruti, saw a huge bump up, and commodity stocks also came back a bit. Banks were strong, but they gave up at the end, and mostly some of the smaller PSU banks, which were announced to be going for divestment, those kind of stocks were up. Rest of the many sectors were quite flat. Some infra stocks were up, so L&T was up, GMR Infra was up. Several of the IT stocks were also up. Overall, a reasonably good day, I would say, although the gains did not hold as much as one would have liked to. In terms of the weekend investing small case performance, MIATH is a daily topper in this list mostly. So it went up 1.33%. MI25 did very well along with the small cap stocks. So it was up 1%. NNF10, which has been bleeding in the last week or so because of Adani stocks, has also made a good recovery in the last 2 days. It was up another 0.75% today, and the weekly loss is now limited to 2.5%. MI30 and MI50 were also up marginally along with MI All Cap. Overall, reasonably good scenario for the last 11 weeks or odd that we have been in this financial year. 35% on ATH, 39.7% on MI25, and 28% on All Cap lead the rally so far. The topic for the day is how to combine strategies and create synergies of combining these strategies and having better performance. So this idea was given by one of the users, and they requested that we should create baskets of our strategies and see what is the outcome. I've also not done this before earlier, so this was a good exercise from our point of view also, and I congratulate my team who has been working hard on this to get these numbers out today. So we have created 4 scenarios here. We've taken multiple of our existing small cases, seen their performance from 2016 till now, so about 5 years and 1 quarter. Taken the ROMAD ratio of each of these strategies and the combinations. ROMAD, if you remember, we did a daily bite on ROMAD, which is the returns over maximum drawdown. So what are the returns divided by the maximum drawdown? It gives you a good indication of the risk reward of that strategy. So it is something like Sharpe ratio, but not exactly, and this is much simpler to understand. So ROMAD ratio is basically in this case, for instance, the CAGR divided by the maximum drawdown. So what is your expected returns from that strategy divided by the maximum drawdown that you have seen so far? That is the ROMAD ratio. So higher that ratio, the better is the strategy for you. So higher the ratio means versus the pain, your gain becomes more and more higher. So let's see in this example. For instance, if you just have MI25 as a strategy, then in the last 5.25 years, you would have got a CAGR of nearly 42% and a max drawdown of 29%. So ROMAD ratio would have been 1.44, right? Another example could have been if you just had MIMT all cap, the CAGR here in 5.25 years was 43.5%, but max drawdown was lower at 24.68 with a ROMAD ratio of 1.76. So you can see the difference between these two strategies. ROMAD ratio is better in MIMT all cap versus MI25, right? Now what happens if we try to combine these two? So let's say we combine 50-50. So you put half your capital in MI25, half in MIMT all cap. Then what happens? The combined CAGR came out to be 42.75, but the beauty lies here. The maximum drawdown was less than 21%. So they were able to have synergies and complement each other, and while not reducing the returns by any drastic amount, the reduction in drawdown caused the ROMAD ratio to go up to 2.04. And we also tried different percentage combinations of, adding just 25% of MI25 to 75% of MI all cap in this combination. Here the ROMAD ratio went to a high of 2.17, which is the best amongst all these 5 options in front of you. So you can combine strategies to better the outcome from these combinations rather than having exposure in just one strategy. That is why I keep saying diversify across strategies. Don't allow your capital to grow beyond a certain recommended level, because one is that if you go beyond the recommended level by a large amount, you will also start to see slippages because a small case platform is a market order driven platform. So if you put in 2 crores, 1 crore into a strategy which is recommended at 15 lakhs, obviously you will start seeing some slippages there, and that will harm your performance. So better to not do that, but to combine strategies so that you can get the benefit of better performance and lower drawdowns. So we'll see more examples like this. So in this particular combination, MI25 and MI all cap, if you were to combine in 1:3 ratio, then you get a ROMAD ratio of 2.17. Let's see another one. Another combination which a lot of people are already using is MIATH and MI all cap. Although there is slight overlap at times, about 10 to 20% stocks may overlap, but just see the beauty of the combination. If you just have MIATH, you got a CAGR of 57.8%, max drawdown of 30.5%, ROMAD ratio of 1.89. If you just had MIMT all cap, you had a CAGR of 43.5, max drawdown of 24.6, ROMAD ratio of 1.76. But if you combine 50-50, these two strategies, you got a CAGR of 51.4% and a max drawdown of only 24.47 versus 30.53 here and 24.68 here. So ROMAD ratio is the highest when you are combining these two. You could still say, that I'll stay 100% with MIATH because I get a better CAGR, but you're also taking more pain. And this is all historical data, may or may not repeat in the future. So this is just theoretical, subjective discussions that we are doing. I mean, there is no line in stone that if you do 50-50, this has to happen. This is just ways and means of improving based on our experience, what we are doing here. Let's take another example. Here we are combining 3 strategies. MI25, which is the small cap strategy, NNF10, which is the Nifty Next 50 large cap strategy, and MIMT all cap, that is spanning across all capitalizations. Now see what happens here is we have tried various combinations either to keep them equally or having lesser of MI25 or lesser of NNF10 or lesser of MI all cap, and we are comparing the ROMAD ratios. The ROMAD ratio will give you the best combination amongst all of them. So here we are seeing that the ROMAD ratio, where all of them are equal roughly at 33% each, the CAGR came out to be 44%, the max drawdown came out to be 21.2%, and the ROMAD ratio was at 2.07%. So 2 and above ROMAD ratio is always a very good return. You make double of your maximum pain, that is always a good return. Like if you see on Nifty CAGR is 10% or somewhere near that, but max drawdown is 70%. So what is the ROMAD ratio? It is very, very low. And here you are getting the exact opposite of that. 44% CAGR and 21% max drawdown. There's a huge, it's a world of a difference basically. There is no comparison really. The ROMAD ratio there is 0.15%. Here it is 2.07%. So this is another model one can look at. Let's look at the last one. We are combining 4 strategies here: MI25, NNF10, all cap, and ATH. And we are combining them in various combinations, percentage allocations. And what we are seeing here, where is the maximum ROMAD? 20% MI25, 30% NNF10, 30% all cap, and 20% ATH. More or less, even if you did 25, you will not be far off from here. So this 25% each was at 2 ROMAD. Here we have 2.05 ROMAD. Not a huge difference. You could go with either of them. But the beauty is that the max drawdown got reduced to 22% and CAGR was nearer to 45%. Over 5.25 years, if you are able to achieve even 30% CAGR, 25% CAGR, 20% CAGR, that is huge. Please understand what 20% CAGR over 5.25 years means. And we are talking about 45% here. Yes, you may not exactly get it, you may get some less, some more, but the ballpark figure is huge. Absolutely stunning figure. This may or may not repeat in the next 5 years, or we may do better than this in the next 5 years. But learning from history and learning from experience tells us that we have far beaten many other instruments out there. The indices, whatever is the reference points, have been beaten black and blue by these strategies. So summing up, we have given these 4 models. Within these 4 models, the best ROMAD ratio is with MI-ATH and MI all cap with a ROMAD ratio of 2.1. But as you can see, all 4 have ROMAD ratios of 2 and above, which is very, very good, which is just fantastic. So it is your choice which model portfolio you want to choose or combination of model portfolios. And this is basically telling you how you can harness the potential of synergies of each combination of model portfolio. Here we have just plotted these 4 models. You can see that even in the March pandemic crash, the reduction in the drawdowns has not caused much pain in these combined model strategies. So yes, you would have got a fantastic run from April 16 to 18, and then most of the strategies went flat or slightly down, and then you got the nice leg up. That is why I keep saying, do not come in for 1 year, 2 years or 3 years, because this is a long-term game. You never know. We may be sitting at January 18 point right now, and we may get 2 years of lull. It may happen. We can never say. But given these past trends, given that we are able to perform in every leg up and as well as leg down, there is no reason why you should not be trying to have combinations of these strategies and looking at these advantages that this can give you. So I think this is all that I had for in this daily bite. I am quite liking doing this and having good feedback from all of you. Most of you have given me, in fact, all of you have given me very positive feedback. I am yet to receive any feedback saying that you should stop doing this. So thank you so much for following Weekend Investing, using our products. We are getting some fantastic testimonials every week, which are very heartwarming, make me emotional at times. But this is just amazing. I mean, I'm enjoying the journey, and I hope you are doing the same. So I'll see you in another video. Bye.